While some Americans are destined for a sweaty, mosquito-filled retirement in Florida, you could be living in this jaw-dropping medieval town surrounded by vineyards, where a stunning Gothic cathedral towers over winding cobblestone streets and waterfront cafes serve fresh croissants every morning. And all of this for just $2,750 a month. In this video, you'll discover 3 game-changing things. First, the exact location of this fairy tale town and why it's perfect for active retirees. Second, the incredible activities right outside your door that'll make every day feel like a vacation. And finally, I'll show you exactly how to calculate your retirement budget using my exclusive planning software. But before we dive in, let's address the elephant in the room. Don't all countries in Europe have really high taxes? The answer is no. In fact, in this country I'm about to show you, Americans pay 0 income tax on their Social Security benefits and retirement account withdrawals. Yes, I said 0. So you can pull the monthly income you need directly from your 401k and you'll pay 0 income tax to this country. Or if you have enough Social Security to live on, you can let those retirement accounts continue to grow tax deferred. You'll see what I mean when we run the numbers in a bit. By the way, if you want to learn the 5 most popular European retirement destinations for Americans, you can download it for free on my website, retiretoeurope.com. In this short guide, I'll tell you the most popular visa for retirement, some cost of living information, and also any tax benefits there are for Americans. Go grab the free guide at retiretoeurope.com. Now, imagine waking up every morning to church bells ringing across a medieval skyline where half-timbered houses lean over narrow streets that have witnessed 1,000 years of history. This isn't a scene from a movie. This is daily life in the town I'm about to show you. This hidden gem has a magnificent cathedral, a historic abbey, and over a dozen restaurants serving mouth-watering specialties that you can easily walk to. Can you guess where it is? It's Auxerre, France, in the heart of Burgundy wine country. And while tourists flock to overcrowded Paris, smart retirees are discovering this perfectly sized town where French culture, history, and modern amenities seamlessly combine. But before I show you why this town would be perfect for retirement with a virtual walk-around, let me share something that makes Auxerre truly special, the Canal du Nivernais. Picture this, right outside your door, a historic canal winds through the countryside with a beautifully maintained greenway running alongside it. This isn't just any path, it's your gateway to an active retirement. Want an easy morning walk along the water? Done. Fancy a bike ride through wine country? Rent an electric bike in town and cruise effortlessly along the flat towpath, stopping at waterfront cafes along the way. Or better yet, join the locals for a leisurely boat tour, sipping Chablis wine as you glide past limestone cliffs and vineyards. And retiring here is surprisingly affordable, which you'll see in just a second. But first, let me jump on Google Street View and let's look at a couple of the amazing sites right in the heart of Auxerre. The first thing I want to show you is this historical clock that was built in the 15th century. It's located right in the heart of the city. You can see all the shops lining the streets here. And if I scroll up, you'll see this clock was actually built right on the outer perimeter of the ancient castle that was here. It's absolutely stunning. Another gorgeous site that's just a short walk away from the clock we just saw is the Cathedral of Saint Etienne. It's a Gothic cathedral, and behind this is where the Yonne River and the Canal du Nivernais is located. Now we've moved a couple of blocks away. You can see the cathedral there where we were just in front of. As I turn this way, the river and canal would be right down here. But if I keep turning to the left, you'll see there's also this Abbey of Saint-Germain with a tall stone clock tower. Again, all of these things, this clock tower, the cathedral, and the clock tower built in the old ramparts of the fort are all within a few blocks of each other. And of course, with the river and canal, with that greenway path running through this town, you can access other small towns in this Burgundian countryside easily by foot or by bike. Remember that $2,750 monthly budget I mentioned? Well, let me break that down for you using my retirement planning software so you can see what kind of effect this would have on your retirement plans. For this example, we're going to use our pretend couple, James Dean and his wife Joanna. They're both age 55, and we are planning this out to age 90. They currently have $50,000 in the bank between a joint checking account of $20,000 and $30,000, which they have in a money market account. They each have a 401k account that is invested in a balanced mix of stocks and bonds, and each of those accounts is worth $250,000. And they're currently renting an apartment for $1,800 a month. They both currently have a salary of $70,000 a year, and they both are expecting to receive Social Security benefits of $2,200 a month at full retirement age, which is age 67 for them. They're also saving 10% of their salary, or $7,000, into their 401k accounts, and they get a small company match for those contributions. For comparison, let's first see what their retirement plan looks like if they were to stay in the United States and we were to assume that their current living expenses and their retirement living expenses was $5,000 a month plus that $1,800 of rent that they're currently paying. So their total monthly spending would be $6,800 a month. So I'm going to hit the retirement tab button and we'll see what the retirement plan looks like. So they currently have a 61% chance of success. And while that's not horrible, it's not great. We ideally want to shoot for an 80% or higher probability of success. I should also mention this current plan has them retiring at age 65, so in 10 years from now. Now let's look at the move to France scenario where they are still retiring at age 65, but now their monthly expenses are going to be $2,750, which is pretty realistic for a couple to live in this part of France. All right, I've updated the plan so that when they relocate to Auxerre, France, their monthly rent is going to be $800 a month versus $1,800, and their other monthly expenses are going to become $1,950 per month. That total is the $2,750 I was referring to. So now let's click the retirement button and see how it looks. Wow, that is amazing. We went from 61% probability of success to 100%, but this is going to sound counterintuitive. I'm not a huge fan of having a 100% chance of success. Number one, because nothing is sure, but also because there might be a chance they can retire earlier than they thought and still have a very high probability of success. So let's play with the numbers and see how early they could retire and still maintain an 80% or higher probability of success. First, I'm going to drop their retirement ages down from 65 to age 60. So this is retiring 5 years early than what they potentially had planned. So I'll hit refresh. Wow. And we still have a 100% chance of probability of success. So let's move it down a little bit more. Let's go down to, well, let's just go down to age 55, which is their current ages. So rather than potentially retiring in 10 years, maybe they could retire like right now. That would be amazing. So let's hit refresh. Oh, 44%. So that was a little too far. So somewhere in between there is the sweet spot. I'm just going to say, let's say age 58 for both of them. Hit refresh. And 100%. So basically they could retire in 3 years versus 10 years and basically have no worries with the money part. By the way, this software is what's available in my retirement bootcamp, where we not only build a financial plan for you to retire to Europe, but we also discuss things like visas, taxes, best places to live, and I invite in some of my expat and expert friends who either live in Europe or are professionals in Europe. Now that you've seen why Auxerre, France could be your perfect retirement destination, you're probably wondering, Well, what kind of visa do I need to retire to France? And is it difficult to get? Well, you're in luck, because if you watch this video next, I'll explain to you the most popular retirement visa in France and how it works.